In this example, we are going to learn how to create a compound primary key. Now let us create a class like say accounts, and let us have some data in this class. Now this class accounts has three attributes: user ID, account ID and account balance. Now imagine a situation where I want a combination of user ID and account ID to make up my primary key. Now in that case, what you have to do is copy that data or attributes that you want to combine to make your primary key, and then create another class like say compound key. Now this can be any class, just create another class like in this example compound key, and then paste the data that you want to combine to make a compound key. Now here go back to accounts, and in this class instead of having these two data, delete them and now create an instance of this compound key class over here. So instead of that user ID and account ID, we will have an instance of compound key here. Now if you notice, this is very similar to that two classes one table. Now this compound key needs to have certain special implementations. That is, to create a compound key, this compound key class must implement the serializable interface. It is a rule. And once you make your compound key implement the serializable interface, go on top of that compound key class and then call this the embeddable class. Now you can go and generate the getters and setters for user ID and account ID. Let us also have a constructor. Now this constructor is not required, but I just want to create a constructor to set the user ID and account ID. So here in this compound key class, I am making sure that this compound key implements the serializable interface and that this is an embeddable class, and the data has the getters and setters, and it also has a constructor. Now let us go to the accounts class, and in this accounts class let us generate the getters and setters. After generating the getters and setters, let us treat this like a normal class. That is, let me go annotate this as an entity, and since this compound key is going to be my primary key, I want to annotate it as ID, and that's it. So to create a compound key, all you have to do is cut whatever combination of data or attributes that you want to combine together to form a compound key, go paste them in their own class, and then like make sure that class implements the serializable interface, and then annotate that class with the embeddable annotation. And over here create an instance of the other compound key class and then generate the getters and setters and annotate that get compound key with ID. So the combination of user ID and account ID will become the compound key or our primary key. Now let us go test this class. So here I have my standard objects like annotation configuration, and I have added my accounts class to the add annotated class. So now let us go and create our compound keys. So here if you notice, using the constructor I have created a key called key1, and then I have created an object of accounts, and then I have used the set compound key to set the key1 and the account balance as like 8500. This is my savings account, and let us create another record. So here I have created another key like with the same user ID, say 100 and 100 is my user ID, but with another account ID, that is 20,001, and this is my checking account, and I'm setting the compound key to key 2 and then the account balance to 2500, and I'm saving both these objects, that is savings and checking object, and I am committing the transaction. Now let us run this. Now if you go and notice this accounts table, the user ID combined with the account ID is your primary key. So this way we were able to create the compound primary key. and here you can notice the data. A combination of user ID and account ID is my primary